Morning world, Hippy Trev here. So welcome to part 3 of building the drag truck model transporter. That's what I'm calling it. It's also known as the Dex truck. So anyway, I plodded on a bit last night and decided to add a few more things to the cab. So we've got the bottom skirts on, bottom skirts either side, got my clearance lights, got my mirrors, got my side step, got my headlights, little bits there. Thinking, oh, this is looking pretty good. And then I looked at the decal sheet, and there's the decal sheet. And then I decided to have a look at the picture of the box of how it's supposed to look. And more importantly, pretty much how it's supposed to look. And then I noticed the decal wraps around the front, around the side, and then straight under these two bits, around the side, and of course straight under these two bits here, which I've already glued to, and then shoots up like that. So I put the mirrors on too soon because it goes, well, I could probably get a mirror, unless I want to actually peel these things off, which I don't really want to do because they're probably likely to break. I should have put the decals on before I put my chrome work on. So, yet again, another mistake. But you don't really pick up on these things. I mean, unless you built like, unless you've done one of these before and you know to put your decals on before you start putting all your chrome trim on, how would you know? So I'm not sure if I'm going to put decals on this. I could, I suppose, have a go at, I could probably, I can probably lift these off and get the decals on. This one's not, this one's very secure. Oh, there we go. All right, so I can pop that off and hopefully get the decals on. So there's a lesson. If you're building this, make sure you put your decals on before you start adding your chrome work. And I guess I'll just have to slip the decal just under the mirror there. So picked up on so first mistake I made last night. So then I decided to set it up on the truck on its bonnet hinges, which it doesn't sit on very well. I'm just going to get that on now so I can show you. All right, so the bonnet hinges aren't that good. She's a bit wobbly. Might have to glue it. But there's a huge gap between the bumper and the cab. Now, I've been fucking around this bumper for so long, and it doesn't go up here because these are the bonnet hinges. So these locks don't go into there. As I probably won't be lifting the cab up and down, maybe I'll have to move it, but the bumper, that's where it told me to put it on, and that's obviously not where it belongs. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I guess what I could do is actually pull that bumper on and move it up and tidy it up, but I've had so much trouble with that bumper. So anyway, righty, we're down to the last stage, which is literally building the back of the truck where the drag truck goes. I've got a whole heap of plastic here, which I'm about to get into. And hopefully later on today, I'll have this partly done. As always, glue some parts, walk away, glue some parts, walk away. It could take me till tomorrow to finish this model off. So what I might do is start building the back of it, pull these chrome bits off the side of the truck that I've noticed that I can now get off and try and apply some decals and see how we look. I'd like to get some decal on there. Although, God, this is a big model. I don't mind it without the decals, actually. I think it looks quite good. And I'm wondering if I actually put the decals on whether I'm actually going to wreck it. I might put my Kenworth badge decal on there and probably maybe not much else. God, this model is so heavy and I've still got a lot to go, and then I've still got the truck on the back. So. And yeah, as far as having the cab open and close, I might be best just to have that glued onto the frame, onto everything else, because it's just going to fall off. And the bonnet hinges aren't working as well as they should, but she's certainly it is certainly a decent sized model, and it's certainly got a lot of weight there, and I still haven't put the wheels on yet. So when I get the wheels on, it's going to be so much heavier. What I want to do is I want to build the back first, put that on off and on the back, give that a few tries. I'm pretty sure there's a skirt that runs all the way up along the front here, according to the picture, or goes in behind the fuel tanks. That's a little picture here. Okay, so actually there's a big skirt that's going to cover up the fuel tanks. It's going to cover everything up. So you won't even see any of this here. Fuel tanks, none of that's all going to be covered up. I hope I've got my exhaust pipes in the right way. I just hope everything goes the way it's supposed to on this one. So right here, Walt, I'm going to start building the tray, and then I might pull them chrome bits off and see if I can get some decals on and see where we go from there. So I'll catch you a bit later on. So later, bye. Right here, Walt. So I just pulled the so I just pulled all the bits out the back, ready to build the back part of the drag truck transporter. And look what I found. I found another tail shaft, and I actually think it's the right size to go under the truck. So I'm going to actually try and put that on there right now before I do anything else. Who would have thought there was a second tail shaft? I never bother opening that bag because I saw the first tail shaft. All right, we'll trim a little bit of excess off, which is what you do without cutting my fingers. This is my favourite knife of all time. A second tail shaft. Fucking hell, who would have thought? All right, let's see if we can quickly get that in. I bet it's the right length. Well, let's just massage this one out. There we go. I'm gonna need my glasses. I'm embarrassed about having to wear glasses, but such is life. And holy shit. It's almost too long. If I can get that in a little bit further. Oh, it's almost too long. It's in there. I just bowed like a banana. It's too long. What am I going to do about that? I'll just bow it that way. One right length, or slightly over length tail shaft. Woohoo! Rightio. I never thought I would have found that. So this is what I'm doing here at the moment. I've got to glue these sides on. I'm going to glue these couple of sides on, and then I've got to get this winged top on. And at the moment the glue is, I've just put it on there, and I've had to make up a, not like a vise, but just something to hold it into position. Oh, where's my scissors? Because it didn't quite stick to the frame the way it should have. I really don't like building these bigger parts of the model, like these big long panels. I'm not very good at it. I make a mess of it normally. And I've learned, do not paint these parts. Well, I won't paint this anyway. But do not paint these big parts until you join them together. Because I've tried to build a couple of sleeper boxes where I've painted out the sleeper boxes, and they didn't quite go together as they should have, and I just ended up in a huge fucking mess, like I'm doing right now. Right, so let's just push that up against that for a little bit of firmness. Get that in the right spot. There we go. That's that there. A couple of little dobs of glue down in there. And that should hold all that in position. Rightio, we're going to let that dry for a while. I'm going to go over and see if I can get some decals on this cab and see how that turns out. So rightio, I'll catch you later, and hopefully with some good looking decals on the cab. So later, bye. Rightio, well, we're a few hours later and the job is done. The Dex drag truck transporter is done. And she's a fairly big model. She's all done. So I'll pull you off and do the walk around shortly. I've glued the cab on. I've moved the bumper bar, even though it's not in the right spot. I've moved the bumper bar just to hide that big gap in the thing. My decals didn't work out quite as good as I was hoping to, and I actually put some decals on the door just for fun. I put a decal up behind there which you can't see, and anyway, let's pull the camera off and go for a bit of a walk around. So there she is. There is the Dex drag truck transporter. So this big decal, I had a lot of trouble with that. And when you come around to the front, you can sort of see it didn't work there. She's a big model, I tell you. That side decal definitely came out. Put her over in the sun. That side decal definitely came out a bit better. So yeah, it definitely looks better since I moved the bumper bar, but it's slightly crooked. So yeah, a few mistakes in building this model, things I didn't know previously, and like the decals going on before. I should have put the decals on before I put these on. These decals, there's a bit missing up there. These decals started breaking apart as soon as they were coming off the sheet. That was the second attempt. That was the second attempt there getting this decal on. Oh, geez, that's still not glued in position. Oh God, she's a big truck to handle, I tell you. And this decal here, it literally broke up as I was trying to fit it on. So there, anyway, there we have it, the Dex drag truck transporter. And there is the drag truck on the back of the transporter. Oh, look, I've actually got the stickers right. Look, right sticker, proper sticker. There we go. So there's the drag truck I built. This one was sent to me by, was either Mike Mitchell or Dave Mitchell over in America. Sent me the drag truck model, and also sent me, at the same time, sent me the auto car, which was that was probably one of my favourite models to build, the auto car. That was a really, really good AMT kit, and I really love building that model. But anyway, I hope I don't get a copyright. So anyway, the drag truck is built. I'll just see if I can move this around this way. There we go. The drag truck transporter is built and done. That's a huge model. That's quite a large model, that one. There it is. The drag truck transporter is done. So not the greatest model I've ever built. A few imperfections, a few mistakes. Well, I don't ever build a model that doesn't have mistakes. Literally, I don't. What I found with this model, and I've been finding with the last two models, is my eyesight's really, really deteriorating really badly now. I'm finding light is a massive problem, trying to see to put parts on, and that's why I end up getting a lot messy, and the glue gets messy. Like trying to put the clearance lights on, I couldn't even see the holes to put the clearance lights in, and a lot of that can't be done under the magnifying glass either. So yeah, my eyesight's really starting to let me down on these kits. But other than that, look, I really enjoyed doing this kit. This is a good quality kit. As far as AMT, definitely good quality kit. You can't criticise the destructions for me reading the destructions upside down. That's totally my fault. You can't blame AMT for that, but at the same time, their destruction sheets are never overly great anyway. But overall, this was a really good bid. But overall, this was a really good build. Dex, thank you so much, mate. The Monaro's scaring the shit out of me now. The HQ Monaro kit. I might get into another quick car kit before I tackle the Honda 754. I'm not really sure. But anyway, part 3 and finish. The Dex drag truck transporter is built and done. Righto, well, that's the end of this build. I really did enjoy doing this build. There were a few frustrating moments. Like I said lately, the guys are really starting to let me down, which it makes it hard for doing the small and finer details, and why things get a little bit messy. Having the bent frame rails certainly didn't help. I didn't even know how to straighten them up. And apart from that, like I said, just putting the decals on after instead of putting them on before has also a little bit of a lesson learned there. So anyway, well, the Dex transporter truck, the Dex drag transporter truck is done. And I'll catch you on the next build. So radio, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and we'll catch you later. Bye.